everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at three more CVs that are recent uploads on the Imperial Galactic Survival Steam Workshop. Let's start with the first one on this Designer's Corner episode. And we're looking at the Imperial Light Cruise for Reforged Eden 2, and this build comes to you from the creator Pottasiumn. And we're looking at, based on the description on the Steam Workshop, inspired version. This is an inspired version of the Imperial Light Cruise from Star Wars, and because of the block work, like you cannot do like a very good one-to-one match on the design, but it's pretty much like a very close build to the original one from Star Wars. It's a Core 7 build. Very good design, I would say, like for the way that the block work for and the placement of the thrusters. Also looking at the radar here. I don't know if it's a deco or if it's a regular radar. Let's see here. It is the regular one, because sometimes in Reforged Eden 2 there is also a deco one. So that's why I'm checking most of the time. It has these heavy weapons here that look really cool, the Reforged Eden 2 weapons, and from what it seems the other turrets here are retractable one. Cool design. It has this elevated bridge here as well. It doesn't seem to have like any place for landing. Oh, really nice steam. And I believe those on the back are cables, deco cables. Cool design, yeah, very cool. And some nice work on the bottom as well. Probably these are like two placement for turrets as well. It has a bottom loading hangar door. Okay, so and then the rest of this is the blast doors. Don't know if this is the blast doors that create this effect or if it's an LCD. It is really cool. Okay, so you have some direction here as to how to access the bay door. Looking at some boxes. I'm gonna turn on the light here because it's a bit dark. And you have some cargo boxes here on this side, on both sides. Symmetrical build. As soon as you go inside, we have some large turbines here Okay, so this is probably the blast doors that gives you access to this part of the hangar. I would like to bring some more HVs or CVs. Here further we have a full medical bay with a shower as well. On the other side you have a deconstructor and a universal constructor and an advanced constructor. So very good, like for anything that you need to build or process in your ship. This seems like cool LCDs, and you have an auto station. You have the cores here, basic extender, and the core 1, the basic core. Food processor up here, and a fridge. Seems like kind of like a crew quarters. And here we are at the bridge. You have 2 passenger seats, some LCD work and computers, and you have an armor locker and a weapons locker. And here you have access to the outside, the top of the ship. If you want to do any repairs, or if you, well, not just repairs, but if you want, like, this could be like a drone hatch. So when you go to legacy, when you go to the drone space and fight drones in order to pick up parts, you can have access through here, and they'll be very quick to just grab anything before they despawn. Very cool design. Some steam coming through the engines here. Really cool, and it's done with kind of like the vent texture, so it looks like it's coming like from the vents, the steam. Really cool. So yeah, that's it from this design. Let's look at some numbers before we jump to the next design. And it is Core 7, so it is a little bit over CPU, but if you put like the 8th core, it will bring it like to normal, so it shouldn't be a problem for that. And we're looking at unlock level 25, complexity 3. You have a fair amount of, like, as I showed before, like some stock weapons that come, like laser. It has laser drill mod, see, for CV1. Retractable light laser turrets, 4. Medium cannons, 2. Sentry gun, retractable, 4. Retractable gatling turrets, 2, and long range radar. Looking at a fair amount of resources here, like 17,000 carbon substrates, 12,000, almost 13,000 iron, 14,000 copper, 10,000 silicon, sathium, neodymium, almost 6,000 cobalt, 3,500 titanium, 3,130 erastium and zascosium, some aluminum powder, heat exchangers, upgrade kit, communication equipment. We didn't have fuse reactors, so we're not looking at reactor core. But we have 44 plasma converters, which I think is for the thrusters, if I'm not mistaken. As far as handling, Looks good as far as forward. It has 94, but reverse it doesn't have too much, 28. So this is like steer like left or right in order to escape, because it doesn't have too much reverse thrust in order to back off like of any battle situation that you're engaged in. Seems like it has a good amount of lift. 59 left, 28 down, 23 left and right, and it has the ability to lift 30 kilotons. So production time is 7 hours and 46 minutes for this. Again, this is the Imperial light cruiser for Reforged and 2 by Pottasiumn. Now looking at the next build, we're looking at something that is a very industrial look, and we look at like some mining drills on this side. So it's an asymmetrical building with very very huge view here for the cockpit, as you can see, and it seems like it has 2 cockpits, one on the top and one on the bottom here, and it seems like you can use stairs to go up, staircase. So this is the mining crown MC1 high gravity one, and it comes to us from the creator Ktowai, if I pronounce it right on this one here. And it has a little bit of history, because if you look at the description on the workshop, it says that the original build that was started as a core concept is the RF-03 Vulture by Spanch, and then it was later on modified by Movado, and then this author took it and also made some changes of its own based on what it says on the description. He did some the HV docking was inspired by the KI North Star for Reforged and 2 by Fungus. But the thing is that I don't remember the other builds. Maybe I've seen it, but I don't remember on the top of my head, like the other builds, if it's like really good design. I know that on the back here, I think that it was a little bit different, the KI North Star that was built, but I could be mistaken on that one. On the back here, it is an open top hangar bay. It seems to have some shielding here, so I would assume that this was done in order to have it airtight, so you can have oxygen here when you land. We have these are turbines, or no, these are shield parts, 2 shield parts. Turbines will be this one here and this one on the other side, so it has 2 turbines. and it has an oxygen station here, so that you can use it whenever like you come here. If you are like low on oxygen, you have these small shield parts here and the larger shield parts on the other side. You have all the other gadget here on the other side. So you have the shield, 3x3x3 fusion reactor, and warp drive. We have a constructor on this side with a side placement of the repair station, some cargo boxes, almost full medical. Well, it is full medical, so you have those two and a shower, so yeah, full medical. A fridge and a teleporter on this side. Really cool. And here we come to the top one. As you can see, another medical station here with the Wi-Fi extender beneath it. And it is one block elevated, so the view is great here. Let me change a little bit on the settings so that you have daylight here. Sorry about that. So, and I believe on this side you have access to oxygen, and then you go out to the staircase that you saw. It's probably like to have access, as I said before, like if you want like quick access to something that you're salvaging, or good access to the bridge from the front of a ship. Here you have the secondary. It seems like it has like just like the. Here we have windows, the thin windows on both sides, and on front it seems like it has just the shield in order to keep it airtight. 3 passenger seats and the pilot. And it seems like pretty much that's it as far as interiors. It doesn't have like too much interior as a ship. We have all the extension here, and on this one the glass doors are on a sensor, so they automatically open and close whenever you're near them. The engine here placed on top, that's like very cool design. It's almost like completely like exposed. It has some actually it has just these parts here that are covering, but not the entire. But the thruster looks cool. These placement here for the other thrusters are like nice, like they're cool. Cool design for the turrets here. How they place the turrets, like one block elevated. It looks like cool position. Not very many turrets, so we're looking at like 10 probably turrets all in total. You can add more later on when you do the upgrades. But at the moment, that's what it has stock. It has also here we're looking at possible you can land SVs on both that part and this part here. Let's look at some numbers. So we're looking at unlock level 25, complexity 3. it is that's core 11. So this one has 2 quantum extenders in order to keep it. So it probably, in order to put more weapons or do any more upgrades on this one, you need to get more quantum cores or auxiliary cores for this build. And it has a little bit more resources from the previous build that we looked at. So we're looking at like 21,000 iron, 15,000 satium, 14,000 silicon, copper. So it has 15,000, almost 16,000 neodymium, and titanium, 5,000 aluminum powder. I don't know how hard it is to get these resources on Reforged 2, but it seems like this one has a fair amount of resources, maybe because of the laser mining drills, but also you're looking at, it had like also the fusion reactors, so you're going to look at it's going to require a reactor core and some other expensive parts. As far as handling, not very bad. It has a 73 forward, 37 reverse, 37 left and right, 24 down, and 140 lift, which gives you the ability to lift 143 kilotons. And as the name suggests, is the high gravity, so you'd be able to go to planets that have high gravity. You can land with this one, and you can then use your HVs or SV miners to mine resources and bring it here. As it is right now, it is 23,669 over CPU. So you need to add one more core, like quantum or auxiliary core, in order to bring that to CPU compliant. Or you can use some of the NPCs, some of the officers that you can put on the build in order to. I think each one of the officers like gives you 3,000 CPU, so you can put like 6-7 of them, and you bring this ship as it is, like to you make it CPU compliant without adding any auxiliary or quantum extenders. So that's another option to go. Take the design here, really cool design for the how these blocks are placed around the landing pad. Really cool design here with the long range radar in front and some other deco work. Cool design from the designer. Also, we're looking at 11 hours and 20 minutes, which is understandable because it's core 11. And yeah, pretty much that's it from this build. So let's jump to the next build, which is something that is inspired from the Halo genre, and we're looking at UNSC Santini, that comes to you from the designer barefootnhilbily. And this one is kind of like inspired from Halo, but it's not like a replica or something. It doesn't follow any of the builds on Halo. from what I see on the description on the workshop. And it seems like it's a very expensive one, because in the description it says that it's going to require 10 auxiliary cores in order to make these work. So it seems like a fairly expensive build. And let's see what makes this tick, what makes this so expensive. So the design is, oh, okay, we're looking at an asymmetrical one. So it has the bridge here, and on the other side it seems like you have placements for weapon mounts for static weapons. You have some weapons here on top. Let's look at the way to get in on this ship. And it seems like we can get in from front here, kind of like front loading one. We get like right inside a huge hangar here. In Empyrion, my only concern here is the fire, because it is like very like it is like way back here, the hangar. It's not going to be targeted right away. You have a lot of weapons and other parts that are going to be targeted, because the AI usually targets the anything that is like in front of the ship first, and then it goes further down. Seems like designing here like a lot of cargo space. 6 cargo extenders. I don't know if they are like full or not. It's 72,000, 56,000, 96,000. Okay, not full, but a good amount. And here we have kind of like Earl's placement on the side for constructor and deconstructor. We have some cargo boxes on the ceiling and on the side. Here we have oxygen and med station with an armor locker. We have a repair console and also the repair station. We go further inside, we're looking at there's a good amount of interior of the ship. Let's see. Seems like it had like a large fusion reactor. On this side, and some more cargo here on this side. We have 2 fridges. Oh, the ship has a lot of cargo. And the core right here. On the other side here we have the pentaxid tank and the advanced warp drive. Let's go further here. You see here we have the shields. Nice. Okay, so the shield has like, you can look at the top part and the bottom part here, and it seems like it has an access over there. So you can go here, you can access the shields, and probably Probably this would be something for shield parts. Based on space, so you can do more upgrades. Seems like the ship doesn't have any power, so let's add some fuel to it. Okay. And go further here. And it takes us all the way up. This one has a long range radar, not the large one, just a small one. And don't know where is the way. You get lost on the ship. This is my first time looking at it, and it's understandable that you're gonna get lost here. Probably a space for another reactor, large reactor, right here. So I'm gonna go to God mode because I want to look at the. So this part here is the asymmetrical side. Alright, I don't know if it has any no, here, these are the thrusters. And it's probably on the other side as well. Then you have thrusters. I don't know if all of them are for maneuvering ship, or if there are like some of them they serve as decoys in order to absorb any attack from other ships. Here we have some cores, and probably a place for extension for other cores. Oh, you can get lost on this ship. Think that Barefoot and Hillbilly should put some LCDs here so that we can get directions, so we don't get lost. Because I'm getting lost on this one here. Okay, managed to find the bridge, and we're looking at like some NPCs, some characters. Okay, so it has 2 pilots in order to handle this, because it's a very big ship, so it's gonna need 2 pilots, and it's gonna need some more officers in order to assist them. Looks like this is cool texture, you know, it looks like these are like computers and with lights and stuff like that, like really cool design. Alright, let's look at some numbers now. And so from what we see here, it is as I said, like in the description on the workshop, it requires 10 auxiliary cores in order to bring it like to CPU compliance. So right now is at 1,335,000 CPU. So it's not CPU compliant as you spawn this. so it needs some work, is unlock level 25, complexity 5. It has, for the size that it is, it has a good amount of thrust. It has 40 forward, 43 forward, 43 reverse, 24 left and right, 40 lift, and 30 down. And has the ability to lift 51.7 kilotons. A lot more resources because, as it said, it's like a core 19. So 10 auxiliary and 9 cores, so core 19. So it's gonna require 61,000 iron, 59,000 titanium, copper, cobalt, and not a lot of erestrum and zascosium, only 6175. So yeah, not a huge amount of air there. But it requires reactor shielding, heat exchangers, superconductors. It only has one crew human that was over there, so you can add more if you want. I think it's like up to 16 if I'm not mistaken, but it could have changed on Reforged Gen 2. I remember 16 is from Reforged Gen 1. Some platinum, advanced and large upgrade kits, and it takes total production time of 20 hours. So again, really cool design. UNSC Santini from barefootnhilbily, which is a designer that surprises you with all these like cool looking design from some of them are inspired from Halo, but he does like other builds as well. So that's it for this episode. Like and subscribe, and have a good day.